beautiful souls, lost souls, found souls. Hope you're doing well. Tuning in. I'll just start with some connection, protection of the bubble, protection from bots. I'm not sure if that's a thing. That's a thing. Praying for your highest good. That is here now. All the information, all the access points, light codes, light transmissions, experiences we use for highest good, highest revealment, highest use of transmutation and transformation. And let me just adjust this for a sec. Yeah, direct things. So lately it's kind of more visceral in the experience in the field. I've kind of worked with people with beliefs, and it's almost like, I guess, as a consultant, as an energy healer, as a even like a friend or family member, it's like you could get caught up in certain stories or trying to fix things, fix the person, fix the thought, fix the energy. And yeah, it's like it's kind of it gets clear. It's like that's not what they want, or they're communicating to you that they want to learn it in their own way. Like that's kind of the access point on the physical ground. Excuse the jargon, but this is just how it's gonna flow out with depending on the point. So clarity and reminder that no matter what seems to be happening, what takes place circumstantially or states of mind, whatever it is, that the higher self has a plan, has an access point. And it's not really a plan, right? It's like that guidance as we're here in the body, navigating things. We could ask questions, we could interact, we could have fun, we could have dark nights of the soul, feel depressed sometimes, feel angry, but these are just emotions, right? So yeah, basic stuff with emotions, it's almost like there is intelligence to the emotions, and you can look at it as why don't you just feel your emotion fully, as in a more divine feminine approach of just feeling it or having space for it, or how you interpret that. Or I mean, there's other. I mean, it shouldn't be and or, but that's just kind of how things play out at times. Like you could be more mental with it, where you look at certain inventory, like certain beliefs, like if there's a memory that pops up, you write it down, you write it down on your iPhone. And it's almost like, again, coming back to beliefs, it's like it's a structure. It's a structure in your field. So any fear or emotion, it's like it's still stemming from a belief or an association or identity. But imagine yourself just like super light and just kicking ass, feeling lit, doing things you love to do. Money comes and goes. Or if you're starting a business or have a business, or you have investments or certain material items, it's like that becomes like a baseline attachment. You don't really have to think about it unless you're organizing something like, I don't know, accounting or gas. But again, that's in some mind could be used as like, oh, that's just too much thinking. That's just thought. That's just part of being human in 3D. And just like notice even that, like these little tendencies and patterns. What do you think about money? What do you think about jobs? What do you think about safety? What do you think about family, relationships? What do you think about sex or taboos or culture or religion? So kind of list down like what these categories are. I mean, that's been super helpful here and valuable in like what these patterns seem to be. And, you know, a lot of us aren't estranged to this work. We've done this work for many lifetimes, and in this, what seems to be a short lifetime, like a lot has happened. So, again, just the power of inventory and writing stuff down Even it becomes too vigorous, it's still a nice habit to an extent, right? Of course, like anything, if you do it too much, it becomes like another attachment, another skill that maybe is hindering from just your intuition of being still and letting grace or letting your higher self communicate you with symbols. Like for me, it's like there's a symbol I found. I did this with my with a client who was into manifesting, law of attraction, and we had this accountability thing of like, okay, we'll make a symbol of white huskies. Of like if we see white huskies as a symbol, just a C, just remembering because of the filters and the interferences we could have that we are creating this reality and we have the more power of our mind than we could ever believe. Like even as expansive, as advanced, like we could always use the mind, we could use awareness even for more of a powerful thing, like not just creating your own reality, but to help someone. And that's your choice to do that. So going back to the symbol of it's like white huskies, like as an animal, it's a type of dog. You don't get to see it every day, but when you see it, it's like, oh, okay, what a significance even. Like even if you see it 3 times a week. So it's like opening your mind up to these synchronicity, these symbols, these magic, and you could create your own. It's like your own system, even like your own system of symbols and thoughts that are happening in the external. So you're growing with that muscle even. So it's like you're getting used to the magic, opening up your capacities, opening up your chakras. So it's like you pinpoint these little things, write it down even, and it just reminds you. It's like part of, let's say, part of your awareness that is getting cultivated, opening it up, opening it up, opening it up. You can't really measure it, but it's more experiential. You're growing in that way. So it's like a lot of the stuff that's pretty common, like safety stuff, like, oh, I don't have enough money for this, or I don't have this experience, or I don't have this in my resume. Like that could just be limiting thoughts, right? And it's almost like your body will feel like what is actually aligned and resonant and what you truly want. Again, you're guided by your higher self and your spiritual team. Just like, but again, you're supposed to grow in your own way. It'll be annoying if it's like you have to ask them for help 24/7, or because they have their own thing to do too. They are watching you, and you're always supported and unconditionally loved. But really, it's like to get it yourself in your own experience, whether you're in any environment, any point of life, any age, like that knowledge and that openness and your connection to source is always there. So it's just a reminder, just little things. So I think I'm a firm believer and experiencer of just more practical stuff as a symbols kind of point that. And yeah, I had a conversation with a friend yesterday. We were talking about just like the the universals, right? Universals of sound. Is playing with sound, playing with color. You can say all is sound or all is energy, all is consciousness. Platitudes, right? But we can get drilled where it doesn't feel like direct anymore. It's like, well, I'm creating this, but there's still this, which is okay. So it's like not judging it because sound is so powerful. Sound's gonna change perception. You could have the sound of someone arguing, and that brings stuff up to your attention. And you could see it as not coming from there, but always coming from you as a source of that projection, a source of color, a source of sound, a source of perception. So again, it's like you don't have to do it right in the moment, and don't blame yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if it's not working. It's like, oh, I feel bad still. Like that's totally fine. But just the openness and attention to go in another direction, letting the perception, like if it's a negative perception, just like being aware that there's a negative perception. So it's like you can go in these directions, so you're not just like feeling disempowered or traumatized or like constricting. So again, yeah, the flows, right, of just are you contracting or expanding? And the I is basically your mental, emotional body. And don't worry about duration, right? Like you could go through sadness for a week or something, or you could cry for like 3 days, or you could cry for 5 years. Like it doesn't matter. It's like, as long as you're not, like, dwelling on it, it's okay. So it's like you can go through sadness for a week or something, or you could cry for like 3 days, or you could cry for 5 years. Like it doesn't matter. a few days, and it's like just releasing these energies as crying is water, right? It's like emotions, you could just move it out. Uh, and really having that intention, right? It's like, I think just going to a pool, going to a beach if you have one nearby, or even if you have to drive 30 minutes or take a bus or take a train to nature, like water, especially taking baths or like Epsom baths or um, saunas or getting yourself to sweat. It is an interesting experience with that. And even like you can notice when that happens, the thoughts and these little patterns in your body kind of swim around. So effectiveness of no emotion can kill you. Like you could feel really bad, you could feel suicidal even, but it's like we don't want at this point. It's like just notice the wisdom in these areas of emotion or of sadness, because what comes like right now in 2025, I just feel like this. Some are going through dark nights of soul, or just like this cusp of spiritual awakening, where it's like these emotions are intense. So it's like being gentle with these emotions, of course, and that you're supported and you're allowing it to be transmuted and transformed into a higher capacity. And these things won't happen to you if you're not capable, right? So it's like it is kind of like you're building that capacity for yourself. You're building that battery. You're building that life force energy for yourself and for your reality for others. And yes, the saying we are all one, the truth that we're all one, interconnectedness. It's like you're continuing to build capacity. So yeah, I think in a sense, there's all these experiences, and we could have concepts that are just concepts and it becomes mentalized, but we want to be able to understand the context of this is an infinite game, and maybe there's existential crisis in this, but you you can lean into certain target goals of what you want to experience, even because like even trusting that desire or preference is evolution. It's like you're still evolving with that, with your own preferences, your higher self guidance with that. So just settling down, like not judging certain desires, not judging emotions, not judging feelings. How are you working with them? How are you swimming with them? Support systems in the sense that, talking to people that have gone through this process for a good while, right? So certain dialogues can be exchanged, or certain nature connections. So very basic stuff, right? Okay, let's just say you're, I guess you're in a pretty rigid job. Is like you can't really get into these like self inquiry or just writing it down. Then yeah, I mean that's even more training. It's like consider your belief system. Like, can you use like a second, like when no one's looking, when no bodies are looking to you, you're using like muscles or your fingers, muscle testing to see if you're attached to like a belief or attraction, like attraction on certain thoughts. Are you releasing that and seeing if that actually helps you? Like energetically wise, it's like we're so sensitive. It's like, what do you want to release? What do you want to get out of your job? Even it's like asking those questions, or certain descriptions that could be solved by just staying still or praying. Like, what is the truth of this? Because I'd say even most perception isn't accurate. Like the perception of being on Earth or with other people is still a perception of like, this is what's happening. This is the narrative. So really being allowing yourself to challenge the beliefs. Because if you don't challenge your perception and beliefs and you think that it is like really that horrible, then it's just gonna cloud every little thing, whether it's on social media or not social media, or like you're in a car, or you're with family or a stranger, or it's like how do we define these little things, And that's kind of the power that you could actually challenge, the power that you have perception and the power that you could change your perception is pretty powerful. I think that is pretty awesome. And then you could see certain white huskies coming into your life, or dollar bills, or whatever it is, like certain technologies, right? Like people have iPhone 16s now. It's like that wasn't there a few years ago. That wasn't there 10 years ago. So, but it is here now. And that's kind of part of the baseline reality of what is common. So it's going to change. I mean, like look at AI, look at your relationships now. Like look how much change or what stays the same. And what is it that brings you joy? Is it actually activity? Is it the relationships? Is it your peace of mind? Is it your meditation practice? What works for you? If it doesn't work, then why are we trying to fix it? You know, it's like Edison's like, it took me 10,000 times to find the right light bulb, but the other 9,999 times, I don't consider it a failure, but it's just other ways of it just didn't work that way. So it's like not to give up, you know, it's like not to stop when things kind of look sour, right? So it's like it is about your sense of will and persistence, but not in a hard way. Because yes, life can be hard. Manifesting could be like confusing, or spirituality can be confusing. But it's like you're still going with your own feelings and emotion and your own beliefs, and that's the power. It's like you have the power to see that. You have the power to live and connect and rearrange things. And again, it's infinite game. So it's like you're unconditionally loved, super supported, like more supported than you could ever know. You could have dreams and not remember your dreams and just feel great one day, like the morning of. So it's like really recognizing your power as consciousness, your power as source, your power as a divine being that is connected to everything. So yeah, practicality of your will, your practicality of looking at these beliefs, investigating beliefs, emotions, feelings. And maybe it sounds like, oh, it's a lot. Like I just want to get out of the bed. I just want to take a nap. And that's okay too. Just like allow yourself to rest. But it's almost like at some point, you know, that like sleeping all day or something, or doing a job that you hate just because you want to survive isn't it. Because what is survival too? It's like look at those beliefs and perception. What is surviving? What is the social suicide or the social belief? Like if I don't have it, if the body is homeless, or the uh, you know, like any of these limiting beliefs of what goes on a day to day, or what you've been programmed to believe. So again, what's the power? You have these perceptions. You could change these perceptions. You could change these beliefs, change these thoughts and emotions. So even if that's what you take away for today, it's just like the power of perception, the power that you could change perception, and give yourself credit for being able to do that. Looking at the experience, looking at the symbols and the shifts and the changes. Mm. Okay, feels like just noticing the feel, allowing silence, breath, so relaxing yourself with breath. Lots of joy, giggles, find the humor in a lot of just these limiting thoughts and beliefs, or even empowering thoughts and beliefs. Yeah, have you owned the homeless person in you or the murderers, the quote unquote negative bad stuff, bad programs? If we were all one consciousness, have we really owned and disciplined ourselves to see and feel our emotions, our beliefs, look at your perceptions, look at our rawness? And it's okay, it is a process, it's an ongoing journey. Being gentle, being soft with yourself, and this inquiry and these beliefs, management even, or investigation. What's always relevant is what's now. Like what is present for you, what's now, what's flowing in your body. And again, not the story, not the attachments we have, but the thing that's listening, the thing that's watching. Whatever seems to be going on in the five senses. There's so much more beyond this dimension, right? So it's like that faith, that like honest joy, cultivation of that, because it's more you, it's more true than any other ebbs and flows of stuff. Yes, there's gonna be ebbs and flows in life, in emotions and feelings. In what? Law of attraction, manifestation, quote unquote spirituality, cosmic spirituality, human spirituality, whatever alignment you want to go into. There's still the power of you, power of your perception. That could be changeable. That's beautiful, right? That's the light. That's your light, the shared light. No different in that light, of that awareness. It's expanding your capabilities as a human, bipedal. And yeah, just like if it feels like the word offerings, right? You're offering to your brother and sister, you're offering to God. Know and feel where that's coming from. Like, are you feeling that because it's a genuine act of service or kindness, or is it coming from lack still? So again, power of perception. It's like you're coming because you know that lack is impossible, that the universe is infinitely abundant, that everyone has their own higher self and they're activated and allowing their soul mission to go on to be lived by, no matter how it looks. Any judgment in the field, releasing these beliefs or upgrading your beliefs. And just taking like a stinger, maybe like in a boxing analogy. I don't have any experience boxing, but just coming through. It's just like if you get stung once, it's like you know you don't want to go in that direction. So if, instead, you're choosing this getting stung instead of getting like punched or getting knocked out. So taking a sting from like a bee or thought form, it's like just noticing these sensations of our own higher self guidance, of signal, of communication, of sound. Or just go for the knockout. Just knockout kick someone, knockout punch. Just releasing, yeah, the judgment or fear that your power is in your beliefs. Powers are in your perception. Okay, that is all. Thanks for joining in, tuning. Welcome you and brace you. Welcome you for to another day